Seaman, Arsenal, double win in 97, 98.
All the lads got one of them.
This is the good times.
Yeah.
Double winner, Arsenal. When? Why wasn't I live these times?
Can I have that back now?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you.
I'm actually enjoying that bit too much. Next step was this. Yo, my peoples, it's Chunkz and I'm back with Pavement to Pitch, but this one's a special one. I'm here with the legend, Seaman. I can't believe I'm here. I just can't believe I'm here. I'm very excited to be here. How you doing?
Well, yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm good.
This is when Arsenal were playing incredible football and stuff. Obviously now we're not.
We used to win trophies.
It's a bit sad now, but hopefully get back to those days one day. But yeah, everything good?
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Cool, man. I'm going to ask some questions. Hopefully you can answer them for me today.
Yeah. Depends what questions you
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be careful. I'll be careful. So, can you talk about how you got into football in the first place?
That was a long time ago. I remember just playing at school.
Okay.
I remember being in the junior playground and thinking, I want to go and play with the big boys. You know, and they were always playing in the playground. And then I went over there, and because I was tall, they went, you go in goal. And I was like, okay.
Oh, so you were in the goal from minute one?
Yeah, and I started making saves, and then I got the big boys like praising me.
Yeah.
So it gave me a lot of confidence, and that's where being a goalkeeper came from.
Okay, so you were just, okay, fair enough. Because usually people would be like, I was a centre mid, and then I just got stuck in goal, and I was like, go and do a job.
I'm the other way around.
Yeah,
that's a question I always ask people. Like, people said to me, I'm a goalkeeper, but I'm a striker as well, and I'm thinking, you're either a goalkeeper or you're not.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to love being a goalkeeper because it's a different position totally.
Yeah, so you loved it from minute one.
Yeah, I love being a goalkeeper, and that's what I say. I said, just love being a goalkeeper.
Wicked. Yeah. So can we talk about the transition, moving into from like junior school to into professional football? How did that work?
Yeah, just getting spotted while I was playing for my school, and I got a choice of either being a cricket player for Yorkshire. Or being a goalkeeper or apprentice goalkeeper at Leeds United.
Things are different back then, isn't it?
I was 16 as well, so I was, I'd not signed for anybody before that, so we didn't have youth teams or it was just schoolboy forms, and I didn't want to sign any schoolboy forms because I wanted to see what all the clubs were like around me, all around Rotherham where I used to live, so like Sheffield and Doncaster and Barnsley.
Yeah.
All them. So I went to all them, and they all wanted me, but I'm a Leeds fan, and as soon as I knew that Leeds wanted me,
you were gone.
And that was the choice though. At 16, it was either cricket or football. I was a fast bowler at cricket, but my headmaster was saying, "No, be a cricketer," because he used to be a cricketer. But my PE teacher was an ex-footballer. He's like, "No, you're better at football."
And there you go.
And that's when I went, and I went to Leeds as a 16-year-old.
And then you found yourself to move to Arsenal. So how did that work?
That wasn't easy either. So I was at QPR. I've been there for 4 years. I was coming towards the end of my contract, and I was out walking the dog around this lake. I was looking for fish because everybody knows I like fishing. And my phone goes, and it was Alex Ferguson on the phone, wanting me to go to Man United.
No,
I swear, right? And he said to me, "I'm going to come in for you in the summer after the season's finished." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I carry on walking around, go back home. Next thing, phone goes.
It's not
Arsenal. So I'm like, Arsenal have made a bid. So I'm like, okay then. So I'm thinking,
how
Man
good
United.
were you playing?
Exactly.
To get a phone call from Arsenal and Alex Ferguson the same day.
I know. So then I go to Arsenal because the club have agreed a fee and they want me to go. And I go, and then it falls through because John Lukey wouldn't leave Arsenal. He wouldn't go to, I think he was supposed to go to either Birmingham or Leeds. And he said, "No, I'm not going." So then it fell through. So then I had to wait to the end of the season before I could sign for Arsenal. And it's weird that, I'm taking John's place. Me and John used to train together at Leeds as kids.
Oh my God.
And he used to pick me up in his car because he was at Chesterfield, I was at Rotherham. I'd meet him on the M1, take me to training and back home. So we knew each other really well.
Very well, and he was like,
and then I ended up nicking his job at
That
Arsenal.
must have been awkward.
It was very awkward.
Yeah. What was that conversation like after you signed for Arsenal?
It was short.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Am I still your mate?
Yeah, imagine. So wait, first of all, how does Alex Wenger just get your number like that?
Well, it was Brian Robson had it. Obviously from England.
Okay.
And then, he said, "I've got someone that wants to have a word with you." And I was like, wow.
So how did that feel then?
But the thing was, is at that time I'd been at QPR, so I'd been in London for 4 years.
You were used to it,
So
really?
my family was settled, and it was the right thing. I remember going back to QPR, and Ray Wilkins was there.
Yep.
And I said to him, I said, what do you think? You know, what do you reckon? And he said to me, he said, if you go to Man United now, he said, you won't win trophies straight away, but you will later because they're a massive club and they will improve. He said, but if you go to Arsenal now, you win trophies straight away.
It was a lie.
And he was exactly right.
Yeah, it was a lie. So what year was this then?
1990 that I signed for Arsenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Long before you.
I was not even in the works at the time. So moved to Arsenal happened. Tell us about the team that were around you. Like, what kind of players were around you at the time?
Well, the main four, I call them, is the back four.
Yeah.
You know, so I've got Tony Adams, Steve Ball, Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn.
Wow, yeah.
They were unreal.
Yeah.
It weren't through luck, it was through sheer hard work.
Yeah.
George Graham used to drill him. And then I've got people like, obviously, Ray, Merce, Perry Groves, Michael Thomas, David Rocastle, Paul Davies, Alan Smith, Perry Groves, you know, like loads of different players.
Oh yeah, that's the proper ballers back in the day.
Yeah.
Tony Adams, that's a friend of mine. I like Ray.
Is he?
Yeah, you know, they're my guys, man. That's some videos of fun, yeah. Tony actually got onto me quite a bit because I wasn't doing the greatest job at centre back.
Oh, lovely, yeah, hit him. Go on, nail him, Chunkz. Nail him, Chunkz. Get back, Chunkz, get back in position.
He gave me some tips and yeah, I didn't end up using them, but it's hopefully one
Did
day.
he get the rope out?
Yeah, he
was
did.
he doing this?
He was doing literally that. He was literally doing that. And he was going at it, like the 50-50s, he wasn't playing games. So you mentioned some big names. Tell us about the characters in the change room, like who had the biggest characters?
The biggest character by far was Mr. Wright. You know,
of course. That's my guy.
Wright
as
is
well.
like, when you see Wright on the TV,
Yeah.
that's what he's like.
Yeah, no, I've met him plenty of times.
Off the camera,
Yeah.
and he's like, he doesn't shut up.
Yeah, he's amazing. Honestly,
You know,
that laugh.
The laugh,
That laugh, yeah.
and he's always at it.
Yeah,
You know, but he can be moody,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because
yeah,
he can be proper moody.
Yeah.
But I can remember when we used to have to tell him to shut up because in pre-season we'd be shattered in the morning,
Yeah.
and get up and aching, and he's
Yeah.
like, "All right, lads," and jumping around. We're like, "Right, shut up."
Yeah. He was just always on the go.
He's always on it, but that's what Ian's like, you know.
I love Ian Wright, man.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Ian, man. You need to link up soon, brother.
Yeah, I've played golf with him a lot of times, and trust me, he can throw a club.
So, obviously, I was born in '96, so I have no clue about Arsenal before Arsene Wenger.
That was a good year for me, '96.
Yeah, you're
You're a '96.
Yeah, there you go. Literally,
God, that makes me feel so old.
Nah, no, you're good. Don't worry about that, man. You've accomplished stuff. You know what I mean? Because obviously, I thought Arsenal was named after Arsene Wenger. That's how I'm being dead serious.
No way.
Up until I was about 12, 13, then I found out it wasn't like that. But
Yeah.
so before Arsenal, the manager was George Graham, right?
Yeah.
I know nothing about him. So how was he like?
He was tough,
Yeah.
you know, but he got a squad of players that weren't technically gifted.
Okay.
But as a team, we could win games. You know, and you know the saying of 1-0 to the Arsenal, that's where it came from.
Okay.
Because we defended really well. Sometimes we played a lot of long ball stuff,
Yep.
but it was effective. And we won trophies. So
Yeah.
they won the league at Liverpool.
Yep.
And then won the league in my first season, which was like 2 years later.
Yep.
We won the FA Cup and the League Cup in the same season, you know, and then won a European trophy as well.
Yeah,
you know,
you
so it was all, you know exactly what to get out of a squad of players that weren't, you know, technically gifted, but could work as a unit.
Yeah.
And it was tough, but it was fair.
Yeah, that's completely different to like Arsenal style because he's a manager that had technically gifted players, so he found them, right?
He found them, and he actually coached us as well.
Yeah.
You know, like when Arsene first came to the club, you know, he started getting us to play out from the back. You know, and I'm seeing Tony Adams playing out from the back with his left foot and his right foot, and I'm thinking, where's this come from, Tone?
Oh, he was trying to play from the back from that early.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
wow.
a totally different way of playing football. You know, not only did we play football a different way, but we trained a different way.
Yeah.
We ate a different way.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
everything changed.
Yeah, I heard when he came in, the whole system basically just changed.
Yeah.
Nutrition, how he told you guys how long to sleep, etc. All of that stuff.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, and chew to win. You know, make sure you chew your food longer.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
All that sort of stuff.
Chew to win.
Yeah, chew to win.
Arsene Wenger is the best. best. I wish I met.
He was brilliant, you know. And
Yeah.
that's why I was, you know, like, upset that the way that he got treated by the fans.
Yeah.
Not all of them, obviously,
of
but
course.
by a lot of fans towards the end of his career because of what he did to Arsenal and what he did for Arsenal was just brilliant.
So how was he as a person?
He's a gent.
Yeah.
He's very intellectual. He knows everything about everything.
Yeah.
Even down to the point of, say, if you got an injury, and depending on what injury it was, he knew how long it would take you compared to how old you were. You know, so he was that.
So he's not only a manager, he's a doctor, basically.
Yeah, he was brilliant. He
This
really
guy
was.
is just an incredible person.
But we used to call him Mr. Cluzo because he was proper accident prone.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, is he just...
you ask him, like, if you speak to Tony or Ray, say, tell us a story about Arsene, you know. And he used to do he'd like be doing a stretching routine with the lads. You know, like in the hotel rooms, you get like the partition, like wall, and it concertinas.
Yeah.
So all the lads are there doing the stretches, and he's like, right, do this stretch, and he like leans up against this partition like that, leans back at it, and it concertinas, and he goes arse over tit.
You lot must have started.
And we were like crying. You know what you're like? It's like being at school when you're not supposed to laugh.
How did he react to that? Like,
He was all right. Yeah.
So you could take a joke.
Even stuff like we're in the hotel and he'd go into the shower and he'd not realised he'd put it on boiling up. And he'd just walk in and all he'd do was like, oh! And then he'd come out and all his top would be like red raw.
So we know how influential Arsene was on the pitch. Off the pitch, was he influential in other areas and stuff? Or?
Yeah, he was, like I said before, in training you had to be right on it because, you know, if you turned up like with a hangover or something like that, you got found out so easy. You know, and that was through Arsene. You know, the standard in training was so high.
Yep.
You know, so that got rid of our Tuesday club, as we used to start, as we used to call it. Yeah. We'd often start in here.
Oh yeah, oh, so you guys
straight after training at Highbury, we'd have the next day off. So we'd be in here in the afternoon.
Wouldn't people hound you for pictures and stuff?
No, because it was different back then. People, there weren't mobile phones as many mobile phones, and not all phones had cameras and that. So we could get away with a lot more. It was a nice time.
Good old days.
I know it was. Yeah, you know, and you know, just going out in London was good. You know, we could have a laugh. You know, but we knew we'd got the next day off. Yeah. So then we knew we'd be ready for training on a Thursday.
Do you reckon you could play football in this day and age? Or
would I change it? No, because of what I won or what we won.
Yeah.
You know, it's at the moment. It don't look like we're going to win a lot at the moment, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better.
Please.
Yeah. But it will. It'll get better.
So when you came in, you won the league in the first season, right?
Yeah.
So that was the shirt that they were wearing then?
Well, the other lads did. Mine was normally green.
Oh, goalkeeper kit, yeah. My bad. I forgot. I don't know why I did that.
But what I remember is the badge.
That's so different.
Because it's the old style badge.
Yeah,
and
why is it so small?
It's changed about 3 times, I think, or twice since then.
So is that how it used to? Because I've got going on as well myself.
Yeah.
I like this one better. Bring that back. I think if we bring that back, we'll start to win the league again. Yeah. Maybe.
But it was good, you know, obviously the JVC.
Yeah.
We just do when we won a trophy, we'd get a catalogue and we could choose anything out of the catalogue from JVC.
Oh, is it?
It'd be like our little bonus.
Oh my God. It's so
That
crazy.
was it, exactly.
Just a catalogue from JVC?
Yeah. I mean,
and you could only pick one thing?
Yeah, one thing. It's like you'd either get a telly or it was like that was back in the day when camcorders had just come out.
Ah, so who was getting like the brand new tellies? You know, must have been getting excited. So you'd win a league and be more excited about getting the telly than actually winning the league. Crazy, absolutely crazy. So apart from the camcorder TVs, what else did you win from Arsenal apart from the trophies as well? Like
the trophy, yeah. Well, we used to get little presents and that, and I've got one of the little presents here, amazingly.
What's that, Rolex?
Yeah. Check that out. So that is a present from the club.
A submarine Rolex?
Yeah. From...
Where did you get this? Why did you get this
98. So we won the double.
Yeah.
David Dean at the time was obviously at the club. And David Platt said to him, "Oh, Mr. Dean," he said, "when I was in Italy, if ever we won a trophy or anything, the club would buy us a nice present." And David Dean was like, you could see him start thinking, and he's like, all right, he went, win the double and we'll see what happens. I mean, we won the double in '98, and then he was like, then we all had like appointments in his office, and I was like first in because I was number one.
And that's when he
And I walked in, and there's all these boxes of Rolexes. I'm like, oh my God. And that's what it is.
They spent money that day.
Yeah, and it's got my name on it. It's got Arsenal double
where's
winners
that?
on the back. Written on the back, it's got my name.
Of course. Arsenal double win in 97, 98.
All the lads got one of them.
This is the good times.
Yeah.
Double winner, Arsenal. When? Why wasn't I live these times?
Can I have that back now?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you.
I'm actually enjoying that bit too much. Next step was this. That's incredible. That must be worth a lot of money right now.
Well, he don't matter. He's worth
No, you're not,
it's
those
a lot
are
more to
priceless.
me.
Those are priceless. Yeah, you
know,
don't read them.
My daughter's already got a name on it.
Oh, there you go.
She's like, I'm having that.
Yeah, 100%. Crazy. So your spare time, what did you used to get up to when you were off the pitch back in the days?
Well, I've always loved my fishing.
Yeah, you said.
You know, I do a lot of that now. And back in the day, I used to say, I would go night fishing. You know, like sometimes if I didn't go on the Tuesday club out drinking, I would go straight to the lake and I'd stay overnight fishing.
Oh, wow.
And then fish all day Wednesday. And then I got into a little bit of trouble because I kept getting phone calls. Because some of the lads would say that they're out night fishing with me. And no, they weren't.
Did you have the match for them?
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, he was, yeah, caught a big fish.
So who did you actually go night fishing with then?
Oh, did I actually go?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Alex Meninga, do you remember Alex Meninga used to be my number 2 goalkeeper.
Okay.
And he was a good fisherman.
So you guys are just constantly catching?
Not constantly, but yeah.
On the pitch, on the field,
exactly.
fishing. I mean, that was a good one. But, so,
Fudum, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good one. That was a good one. You have to show that.
But yeah, you know, so but me and my wife, Frankie, we still ice skate.
Yeah,
you know,
sick.
'cause I did dancing on ice. And
Tell us about that.
so dancing, the worst I have ever felt with nerves, dancing on ice.
Is it?
Probably like you with Soccer Aid.
Yeah. Well, I don't
was
even
that
like to think about it, but it was nervous as, bricking it. Literally, there was no one there and I was still shaking. I don't know why.
Well, I was like that. So we've done the first show. It was the very first show of Dancing on Ice. So we've done that, and we weren't sure as to how many people would watch it or anything. The next day, we found out that it peaked at 14 million viewers. We were like,
Yeah.
and we know, you know, as celebs, that we can go out onto that ice and we can stack it at any time.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the mouth was like dry. I could hardly lick my lips or anything
God.
like that. It was the most nervous I've ever felt. You know, I've played in World Cups.
You played in World Cups?
I know, but I'm doing my job there. I'm supposedly in control.
Yeah. So wait, did you ever like stack it then? No.
Yeah, stacked it on ice and stacked it in training. Like split my partner's chin open.
Oh God.
After apparently I dropped her, but I still had her feet in my hands, so I didn't count that as a drop.
So how long were you training with the ice?
So that was about a three-month project, you know. But it's one of them sports that looks like really easy.
But it's not.
You put them skates on,
No.
you're on the normal floor. You think, oh, this is all right, and then as soon as you get on the ice, you get that
mess.
little.
No, I've tried ice skating.
Have you?
I think I dropped in about first 5 minutes, jumped off it. It's the blades that are too scary for me.
Dangerous.
Yeah, not for me at all.
But you know, like I said, we still do it. My wife was a pro on there, so. Yeah.
There you go then.
Yeah, so
Makes sense.
I'm all right now. I just lift her up and spin her around.
You actually still do that?
Oh yeah, do the head banger and all sorts.
Oh, sick. So you said the team was very physical under George Graham, obviously very technical under Arsene Wenger. How do you compare this team right now that we have to the teams back then?
It's hard because a lot of the players that we had back then were like really experienced pros.
Yep.
And we won a lot of trophies.
A lot.
There's no doubt. The current team, they're under pressure. You know, we've had a few bad results. And it's interesting how they're going to react to that. You know, if they get through this okay, then they'll be better players in the future because they know how to deal with this sort of situation. They're getting away with it a little bit because there's no fans.
Yeah.
There's nobody, because they can give sticks, and that really does affect you.
Yeah.
But going forward, you know, Arteta's a great manager. Yeah. I feel that he is. I was surprised when he was appointed. You know, I thought we'd go for someone like Patrick that had already got a bit of experience. But when I saw him do his first press conference, I was like, whoa, this guy knows what he's talking about. You know, and from then, he's identified certain weaknesses in the team. you know, with Thomas Partey and Gabriel. You know, that's two positions that were key to.
Yeah, we've been trying to replace them since.
Yeah,
years.
you know, and he's done that, and it still needs a little bit more tinkering, but I feel it can't get any worse really, but it will get better.
Yeah.
You know, the club will back him, and it will get better because it's Arsenal. You know, and we're expected to win trophies.
Yep.
We're supposed to be there or thereabouts, and we will get there.
So if you were to take one player from this team and bring him into when you were playing, who do you think could hack it? Just spun it on his head, why not?
That's a good question. I would say, you know, I wouldn't say Aubameyang because the forwards that I had before that were better.
Yeah.
You know, for me they were better. You know, because of what they did.
Yeah.
You know, the player that I would pick that he's not even in the blooming squad. He's Ozil.
Oh yes.
You know, it's just
creativity. 100.
Exactly.
Oh,
you know, and he's just a great player to watch when he's on. You know, but you know, he'd be the only player that I would take.
Fair enough.
Because all the others were, you know, the ones that I had. I played with people like Ian Wright, Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Nicholas Anelka.
Not hearing the names. These names are.
Yeah, and that's even without going like Patrick Vieira and
Gilberto
Manu,
Silva, all these guys.
The back four, Merce, all of them.
All right, guys, that's all we have time for. They're literally telling me to wrap up behind the camera. I want to keep hearing these stories, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to have to love and leave you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you put the post bell notification on so you're notified when we upload. Yes, that was a mouthful. He's been David Seaman. Thank you so much, man. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure, mate.
Take care, you guys.
So another story I've got for you is when I was at Arsenal. We've just moved from where Watford's training ground is now to Arsenal's. And I think we played against West Ham or Wimbledon. And I came out of the training ground after the game, and Lee Dixon's following me, and he's got a Lotus Elise, and I got an Aston Martin soft top. So I pull out, I've only had it like 3 months from brand new. I pull out the training ground, and I go up the road, I've got my foot down, and I lost the back end, and it went sideways across the road, hit the curb, and I landed upside down in a soft top. And Lee Dixon was behind me. He said, it was like watching a James Bond movie. I swear. What? Honestly, and it was only 3 months old, the car as well. I was devastated. It's been my pride, you know, it's something that I'd always wanted.
Oh,
and I got to the stage where I could buy one.
In 3 months?
And in 3 months I landed upside down, but I never had a scratch on me.
Oh, thank God.
I was so lucky.
Thank God.
Yeah. I know. And so I get out the car, because so I landed upside down. There was smoke, the airbags were not come out, and I thought, oh, it's the smoke, so I'm going to catch on fire. Yeah. So I'm trying to bang the window in the air, but I couldn't get out. Dicko, in the meantime, had run up to the door and pulled the door open and shot out. And I went back to the training ground because I got a tiny little cut on my hand.
Yeah.
And within half an hour of it happening, photographers were there.
Half an hour?
Yeah.
If that happened nowadays, they would have been there before you even crashed.
I know. Yeah, should we set it up, chuck a bit of oil on the floor.
As you're living 5 minutes, but they were there in 30 minutes.
Yeah, within 30 minutes they were there. But yeah, you know, the car was a mess, but
God.
You know,
I was
safe and sound.
Wicked.